I have a joke for all of you. Somebody said, Naiya, that's my friend, because he knows what's coming. And all those of you who listen to my jokes would have said the same thing, Naiyar. Pankaj Udas went to KFC. He wouldn't take ketchup with his burger. Do you know why? He would take of sauce. It'll grow on you, don't worry. Give it just like a few more minutes and maybe an hour and
Hosting an event is intimidating. I've been doing it for 8 years, and the challenges, they never really go away. You just learn to cope with them over time. Hi, my name is Rahul Kolle. I'm a keynote speaker and a show host. I've done countless terrible events in the last 8 years and some good ones along the way, and the learning has been immense. Hosting events involves improvisation. It requires you to interact with the audience to create moments of joy, happiness, sadness, humor. All of these moments are things that you will have to create out of thin air, based on the situations that you are dealt with. And live events may have a large portion of it unscripted for you. So that makes it challenging, yes, but also equally entertaining. And remember, if done correctly, the reward is massive. The audience is thoroughly entertained and they love you. So how do you host live events correctly? Well, that's what I'm here to tell you about. Let's find out. Step 1 is research. Research your audience. As a person who is planning to interact with a room full of strangers, know your strangers beforehand. It gives you a competitive advantage. Learn what is generally liked and disliked by them, and learn what kind of an audience they are. Are they a corporate audience? Are they students? Are they seniors? Who are they? Are they NGO leaders? Your approach will change entirely based on who you are talking to. Let's say you have a bad boss joke in your opening monologue. It's not going to work if you're talking to students. It'll only work with a corporate audience. You will need bits that are tailored to your audience on that day. Research. Second, learn to read the room. This is by far the most important one you'll hear in the video, and as a host, it's your most important skill in your arsenal. It doesn't matter if you're funny. It doesn't matter if you can be serious or hold the attention of the audience. It matters that you learn to read the room. There are two things I want to talk about under this point. The first one is that the element of surprise is the king. If you can be unexpected, if you can be sudden, the audience will really be shaken awake. But remember where to draw the line. As a host, it's your job to push the envelope all the time. Try bold moves, try bold openings, but know their threshold. And this you can do because of the previous point, because you've researched the audience. Experiment with your audience, but not too much. Second, the second point under learning to read the room is picking the right people to interact with. Like we mentioned, live events have a large portion of audience interaction. But if you pick the wrong person in the audience, they can bring down the atmosphere and the mood of the entire room, and you don't want that. You don't want all the hard work you've done to go for nothing. If you get somebody who's extremely nervous on the mic, then everybody feels uncomfortable. And if you get somebody who just does not stop talking and goes on and on and on, the second one is more likely, by the way. You're going to lose the plot very quickly. Learning to gracefully move on from a moment of awkwardness to your next bit is essential. Remember, the goal is entertainment, not discomfort, only positive emotions. Number 3, be prepared for heckling. If you're going to perform in front of a live audience with real people, gone are the days of Zoom meetings and Google Meets. Now it's real meetings with real audience, and people will be there who want to heckle you, who want to show the audience that they're funnier than the host that day. But remember, dealing with hecklers isn't really rocket science. It's just common human psychology. This should be your approach to dealing with miscreants in the audience. Number 1, don't give them any attention. Hecklers feed off of the attention that you give them. If they still don't stop, politely ask them to stop and ask them not to disrupt the show and the cost of the audience that wants to listen. And if they still don't stop, this is where preparation comes in handy. You'll need a few witty one-liners that you can use to shut the person down. Remember, you just need to shut the person down and show them that the show must go on, not bully them. Number 4, try to remain calm at all costs. The most powerful thing that a speaker can have is a calm persona. You need to be able to surprise the audience, not be surprised yourself. So when you have these crowd interactions and you get an answer that you didn't expect, you shouldn't look out of place and out of sorts. Stay calm. Continue the conversation. See where it goes. Have your end goal in mind and take the conversation there in a calm, cool manner. It's more important to be calm than to land your punchline. But how do you get to your punchline? Well, Ask them leading questions, which is point number 5. There's a famous saying which is never ask questions to which you don't want to know the answers. You know the punchline that you have in mind. You know how you need to get there. So ask the right questions. For example, if you have a bit on traffic jams. I'm from Bangalore, so talking about traffic jams is sort of our city sport. We love to talk about traffic jams. We hate to experience it. So if I'm in an audience and I have this amazing one line about traffic jams, I can't just get there. I have to gradually get there. How do I do this? I start a conversation. I ask people where they're traveling from, what's their mode of transport, and then how long it took them. Build up to it. And these are the 5 ways in which you can stay on top of your live event and absolutely nail it. Now here's a bonus. Oh, this bonus is so important. Here's the bonus. Just because I'm nice, I'm going to tell you. But before I do that, if you've enjoyed or learned anything from whatever I've said so far, do consider subscribing to my channel and hitting like on this video because it is free for you. So do it. Now on to the bonus. An essential part of live events is things not going to plan. 100% of the show is not under your control. There are always unpredictable elements. There could be a delay, a speaker may not have mic'd up, a speaker may not have turned up. And during all of these situations, the organizer will look to you, the host, to occupy time on stage and interact with the audience to engage them. You don't want to lose the audience. So you need to keep them engaged. How do you do this? By having filler activities up your sleeve at all times. Preferably filler activities that are sustainable, that don't need too many props, that don't have too many dependencies. Have this at the top of your mind, which you can pull off at a moment's notice. And that was your bonus. I genuinely hope you have an amazing show whenever you decide to host it. And if you've ever wondered how the best speakers in the world became the best and what makes them the best, well, I made a video about it, about how the top 1% of speakers deliver powerful experiences to their audience. Make sure to check it out.